Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I'm one half of Not Your Mom's Greens. So for today's video, we're going to be trying something new. We are making our own oat milk. So in all my times eating dairy-free foods and milks, I've never made my own. But apparently it's pretty popular during quarantine, so we're about to hop on the wave. So this is going to be a little experimental. I'm trying out a recipe that I found on Pinterest, so I will link that down below. Give credit where it's due. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the ingredients for this recipe are super simple. You could probably make this for under $10. The first thing that you're going to need is organic rolled oats. The reason why you want it to be organic is because apparently oats are made with a lot of pesticides and we don't want to be consuming those raw with the milk. You also don't want to get an instant one or steel cut one because they're just not going to be the right oats for this video. So organic rolled oats, you can get them gluten-free if that's your style. Then I have a little bit of agave to sweeten it. And then we have some ice cold water. It's apparently very important that the water be cold so the oat milk doesn't turn out slimy. And then we have a nut milk bag, which I picked up from Whole Foods, which we're going to use to strain the oats when we're done blending it. And last but not least, we have a high power blender, which you're going to need to blend the mixture. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be starting with is a cup of the rolled oats. So. Drop that in. And then we're going to need 4 cups of this ice cold water. It's been sitting in the fridge, so I'm pretty sure it's cold enough. But if your water is lukewarm for whatever reason, you can add a cup of ice cubes to replace a cup of water. So keep that in mind. Ooh, my wrist, I'm cramping. Okay, let's shake it out, Okay, we're back. 3rd cup. You guys are getting colds, like my wrist is starting to hurt. And 4th cup. I really hope this splits into this blender. Oh, I'm gonna pour a little bit out because the last thing I want is for this blender to leak all over the counter. So I'm gonna pour some out off camera and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, so I poured out a little bit of the water so we don't have a spillage situation happening. So I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of agave. You can use honey if you prefer to use honey. Some people are on the fence about that in the vegan world. But anyway, you can also use maple syrup if you have like the pure one, not the really sugary one that you usually get. So I'm going to go with agave because that's what we have here. And you can also add some vanilla extract to this as well. I just don't have any on hand. So I'm just going to see what I got. Now that we got those ingredients together, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this on the blender. Make sure it's nice and tight. Like I said, you don't want any water getting anywhere. And alright, so according to what I watched, what I found on Pinterest, you don't want to blend it for more than 20 seconds because the heat from the blender can make the oats hot and then the heat makes it slimy. So in order to make it not slimy, we're just going to leave it at this. Of course, you can see it's still got a lot of like the oats in there, so we're going to have to drain it out, and that's where our nut milk bag is going to come into play. So that is step 2 in the process. Okay, so now that we got our bag open, you can see what it's looking like here. It only costs $4 to buy from Whole Foods. Apparently you don't want to use a cheesecloth because it's not going to be tight enough to strain for oat milk specifically. So just make sure that you have a nut milk bag so that you don't have any problems. Now that I've got my bag placed in the bowl here, I'm going to go ahead and strain. And apparently you just want to gently press the bag to get that oat out. And guys, look how much was left. Like that's what you would be drinking if you didn't strain it. So this is a really huge step in the process. I'm actually going to go ahead and strain the rest of this, and then I'm going to strain it again. So let me get myself together. Okay, so I switched to a bigger bowl because I have a lot more mixture than this little bowl can take. So I'm gonna go ahead, yeah. And then I'm gonna strain the rest of the original mixture as well. You see how nice that goes to the second time? So that's how we know we got a really good strain. And then I'm gonna strain the rest of this in the original bowl and then double strain it like I did the rest of the milk. This is all like pulp at this point though, so. That's literally just to get that little bit of milk out. This makes me feel like this is like peak granola for me, is making my own oat milk, you guys. This is as granola as I'll ever get. Okay. Literally.
Granola?
Literally oats. Okay. Then I'm just gonna pop that in there. Strain it again. And we're good. So now we're gonna do the taste test. You guys, I'm so nervous to taste this. This is like being at a farm and like getting it straight from the cow. So we got it straight from the oats. So I'm just gonna pour some of this in this cup. Sample size. Moment of truth. It's not my favorite. It's I can taste the oats. This would taste good with a cereal, but I do feel like it's a lot more, like I can feel the wateriness as opposed to like a store-bought oat milk where it really tastes kind of like rich and creamy. I'm not getting this here. Now, if I let it sit in the fridge for a couple days, maybe if I heat it up, it's supposed to make it thicker, which was a downside for the person who made this recipe, but I feel like the thickness is an upside for me. I really prefer that in a milk. And also, we're not adding any oils, there's no preservatives, there's nothing that's going to make this frothy or that's going to alter the texture because it's literally just oats, water, and sweetener. So if you're looking for something that's really pure, something that, you know, it's just fun to make your own milk, I would definitely try this out. I think this will taste good in a bowl of cereal. I'm definitely not going to waste it, but I do feel like I want to tweak the recipe some more just so I can add more flavor, more richness, more texture. But I think for a first try that this came out pretty decent. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please leave a comment down below. Let us know if you want to see more videos like this. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can see all the awesome videos that we have coming down the pipeline. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.